the International Conference on Agriculture and Forestry.
We are working in the same lab, and I think before going for a few results, I think Govind's issue, Dr. Govind, what he was asking, the leafy vegetables, the cauliflower, cabbage, already we are working on that. So papers are sent, and then some of the students are also working on spinach particularly, because that is a most heavily infested and also sprayed leafy vegetable which is available. And then morning I was talking to what these other people who worked on from Slovakia and all, the metals, those aspects also I already worked on that. That's why I was showing some concern. So coming to my topic, because my colleague already talked about why this concept we have taken up is because we are doing survey at different districts in our state based on our Government of India project. So in that, whatever pesticides which are regularly being monitored at different districts, we are taking those things to see what sort of decontamination methods, because already we have worked on cabbage, cauliflower, acetic acid which he was mentioning. We tried on cauliflower, very good effect. So, but these things, they particularly tomato are chosen, but still work is going on other crops also, particularly vegetables and also fruits, which we are doing every month. So because none of the farmers follow good agricultural practices, they spray indiscriminately, and the combinations, cocktails of, particularly in India, in Andhra Pradesh, cocktails, mixtures of fungicides. I think I am coming to your issue also, Mr. Swami, or somebody asked about the fungicide. The fungicides and mixed with the insecticides is very common, and they are not sure what for they are using it, but still they keep using it. Looking at that and then the monitoring data, we thought we should come out with some ideas. So particularly this present study is taken up to see the impact of 3 processing. My colleague has taken 5 to 6 new processing methods, but I am sticking to the old 3 which are very commonly used, because this is all the research work which is going on, even on tomato. This I am not going to present now. So, because apart from brinjal, okra, that is eggplant and okra, tomato is another common one. Apart from the cole crops, the cabbage and cauliflower, these 3 vegetables are throughout the year. They are there in the state and very regularly used. Many of the farmers, they are going for this organophosphates, synthetic pesticides, and then carbamates and new molecules. Everything is coming up. So, because of the regular and repeated application, and then during the entire crop stage, even before the harvest, they are not waiting for the waiting periods, or because the MRLs are not there for certain things and we are not able to recommend, and then the no waiting periods, they keep spraying, and very next morning they send it to the market. So to look at this angle, we thought we should take up some issues. So because the removal of the pesticides is a top priority for us, whichever manner that. So we have taken up running tap water, then washing with 2% salt solution, and then again direct cooking or salt water washing plus cooking with pressure cooker. So, yeah, these are the 5 pesticides which we have taken, because the other molecules, again in tomato, whatever he has mentioned, the lambda cyhalothrin, etc., other work is going on. So this was done last year. So these are the 5 pesticides which we have taken, and then made 0.2% solution and put all the vegetables in this a lot, and then later on after 10-15 minutes we dried it out and then started analyzing. We have taken 4 lots. One is the control without any processing method, then washing, then so of course the method which he has mentioned about the catches method, widely used now, I'll skip that, and also the parameters or the methods of procedure of extraction, and this is the GC parameters which he has already mentioned, so I'm skipping that. So method validation also the same, 0.1, 0.5%, 1% we have taken, and taking the standards from Ernst Stauffer for all these pesticides. And you can see we got very good recoveries, particularly here. If you look at this, sorry. Very good recoveries we have. So we thought the method validation is excellent, working very well, particularly in these crops. Yeah, then the decontamination methods. The age-old the method of washing, which is done often, and then in 2% salt solution for 15 minutes, And then the third one is again taking the 2% salt solution and cooking with the pressure cooker. These three things work wonderful, and you can see, particularly with cooking, with pressure cooker cooking, you could remove a lot of pesticides. Whereas tap water washing, of course, it is removed, whereas salt solution was effective. And then in addition to salt solution, washing, if you cook in pressure cooker, I think the issue of majority of the pesticides getting removed is there. If somebody was asking about 100%, nothing, you can see here, chlorpyrifos. So 99%, 90%. But as my colleague Dr. Sharikuri was telling, it's not the issue whether 90%, how much ppm is there, but what levels we are, since it's not fixed up for this. But regularly in the issues, papers, electronic media, it comes as if we are drinking pesticides, eating pesticides. To preempt that move and then remove that apprehension from people, we give a lot of this sort of information, and also the coverage we frequently give on the electronic media, so that at least, because I'm heading the center, we regularly go on air or TV channels to give information. But some of the data which we collect from other centers, we can't put it because sometimes the issues may be. So if you look at the values which are already shown, I think the washing with tap water, and then the reduction percentage, then this is uncontrolled, unprocessed, that means control. Whereas if you look at this, the reduction percentage in dimethyl, and the maximum which we could obtain was that with 2% salt water, 78%, 82%, and phenolphos, almost up to 91% we could reduce it. So these are some of the results. Similarly, chlorpyrifos, if you look at 58%, phenolphos 50-60% randomly, and if you're washing plus cooking, I think as I've already shown in the results, there's a very good impact, you can see from the results here. So sometimes maybe up to 100%, as in case of chlorpyrifos, but even if it is 90% removal, I think the residues which are left over are bare minimal. So the direct cooking, in some places added with the salt washing is giving very good effect, whereas just washing, it's not giving that good impact. So normally, even if you are just eating the tomatoes like that, I think washing with 2% salt solution. This sort of work, different crops we have been doing, but these particular three vegetables, we are concentrating for the last 1 year. So processing tomatoes, I think it should be giving you good food, pesticide residue food. So that's what I say. And then I'd like to thank the organizers, Lanka people, the land of the Jayasuryas, Jayavardhanes, Sangakaras, and everyone, and particularly the group, Isanka, is excellent at the communications which they maintained on phone, mails, all those things. Really, we appreciated, and thanks for the patient listening. I didn't go into many of the details because majority of the things which we covered, and then it becomes a repetition.